Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, Master Fi, back with another video. Before I get started, I need y'all to help a brother out by hitting that like, comment, subscribe, and share if you like the content. Today, I'm just sitting in my truck. Probably can't tell outside. It's pretty dark. It's nighttime right now, but I got one of my LED lights in here with me, so as you can see, it works pretty good. So, I'm sitting here in my yard, in my truck, because I'll be heading on the east side soon to get a haircut because it's the only time I can go get one. It's pretty late. Actually, it's not that late. It's only 6:54 p.m., but that just shows you how early it gets dark over here in the Midwest region. So, but overall, everything is going well. I go to therapy tomorrow around 3 p.m. So, tonight, going to get my hair cut and just try to take care of a few things and whatnot. Finally, still getting over this cold. Still a little clogged up here. So, last few days it's been pretty warm outside. I came out here, tried to do a few things. Stuff didn't go according to plan. A lot of times, what does? So, in the end, the day just went on, and now it's night. So, another thing I discovered, I done got letters in the mail from at least three different companies. I can't even remember all of them offhand, but one just came today from Change Healthcare or whatever. But all of my data seems to be getting somehow leaked in data breaches out here. Like I said, this is like the third company this year that says my data got leaked in a data breach through them, and it is getting ridiculous. It's like, how are y'all getting all of these people information, including mines? And I swear, y'all security is like that of a gigapet. Like, y'all have absolutely no good security measures for somehow y'all seem to keep on leaking or people are able to steal so much data. It seems like a lot of these companies out here are very cheap and incompetent when it comes to protecting people's data, to the point where you have cyber security criminals, whatever you want to label them, able to steal our information so easily, and who knows what they out here trying to do with it. So now I'm gonna have to call the annual credit report crap.com and just have them keep a monitor on my credit, because I actually have good credit. I don't know, a lot of people do, a lot of people don't. That varies, but I actually have good credit, and I'm not trying to allow no one to take out anything in my name that I'm not taking out. So, but it's just a nuisance that a lot of these corporations can just be so slack and laxed with our information and lose it and sell it and everything. I won't be surprised if they didn't lose it. They probably just sold it to the wrong bidder, for all we know, because most of these companies out here are stealing your information and selling it to whoever they want to sell to. And now you cannot opt out of them collecting your data and information. As long as you own an Android phone with Google on it, you automatically opt in to them being able to collect and sell your information. As long as you own an iPhone with Siri on it, you automatically opt in to them being able to collect and sell your information. If you download any of the apps, if you pay attention to how the apps work nowadays, before they used to ask you, can we share your information across platforms? Yes or no? Now, the way they ask is, will you allow us to share your information across platforms? Allow or ask us to not allow. Ask us to not allow. You don't get an option for yes or no. You have to ask them to not share your information. Here's the issue with that asking them. They never give you an answer to say that we're not going to share your information. So therefore, you can't opt out of them sharing your information because you're asking them not to. They don't give you an option to say yes or no anymore. They give you an option to say yes, but they don't give you an option to say no. So a lot of people probably don't pay attention to that piece of information. It's wordplay. Allow or ask to not allow. They don't give you an option to say no. So, meaning they're going to sell and share your information across platforms, which is why when you go on Facebook, YouTube, and everything of that nature, you get ad on top of ad on top of ad on top of ad of everything that you talk, breathe and think about in the confines of your own house, because if you mention any type of keywords, they are literally recording everything you say and literally bombarding you with ads and ads on top of ads trying to sell you stuff. And depending on the person, it can drive you crazy that you don't have privacy in your house anymore due to these cellular devices. You don't even have really no option to go out here and get any type of unsmartphone. Some people out here want basic phones to the point where you don't be tracked, and now you don't even have an option to get that anymore. This world is turning into a screwed up place right now, to where you don't have your own privacy nowadays if you choose to opt in any of this technology. And most times, you're in a world now where you're not really having a choice whether you want to choose to deal with technology or not. Technology is simply taking over the world. Whether you get with it or not, it's going to take over. They're trying to get to the point where they trying to turn currency digital, where everything is just a digital coin. I don't want that at all. They're at the point where they're trying to count every penny that you make. Yeah, so it's at the point now where technology is taking over the world. They just, you have no option to say no. It's as simple as that. You don't ever hear me talk about politics on my channel because my channel is not about politics whatsoever. I haven't talked about nothing about the president election whatsoever. That is not what my channel is about. I don't talk about voting. That's just religion and politics are two of the most controversial subjects out there right now. And I literally changed my channel around to be non-controversial. So if y'all want controversy, that's not my channel anymore. Controversy was my old content. That was like June and before that, where I was in the RP space. I'm done with that. I'm trying to branch away from that and move on to different things, which is why I've made the transition to just try to move on to more positive content, more positive attitude, more positive existing, just being positive in general. So that's what I'm trying to aim on right now. I'm not trying to build my platform and who I am based on controversy anymore. Because that initially, that's not even what I was trying to do, even when I was in the RP space. It's just a controversial subject in general. It has a lot of reasons to be. I don't even want to get into the specifics on why it's controversy, but if you know, you know. So I'm away from that. Not on politics, not on voting, not on anything like that. Only controversy I probably want is what subs you got, what subs I got, how you like your system, how I like my system, and that ain't even controversy. It's a matter of opinion on what you like to run, what I like to run, as far as amplifiers, subwoofers, mids and highs, tweeters, how you hook up your system, what type of wire to use. That's just the world I'm in right now. I'm in a positive world where I don't want beef, controversy, back and forth arguing. You know, everybody can have an opinion or critique on what you do, what I do, what everybody does. But in the end, I just want it from a genuine place of positivity, you know. I don't want to have to sit there and argue back and forth. And, you know, of course you get comments from people who don't appreciate what you do or whatever, don't like what you do, or they just have rude comments. That's going to happen. There's always going to be a keyboard warrior somewhere online. It happens. You're always going to be a miserable person in their house somewhere who's trying to inflict misery upon others. And it happens. Ain't nothing you can do about that. But for the most part, on my channel, what I'm trying to represent, what I'm trying to aim for, and what I'm trying to do now is trying to be on a positive scale, a positive platform, and just try to keep it that way, you know? Even though I may not be in always be in the most positive of moods, I'm gonna keep trying to push positivity because I'm not trying to allow anything to get me in a negative mood, in a negative position, and just think negative. I done did that most of my life. I'm trying something new. I'm trying to be positive. I want positivity, positive energy, positive people, positive results, and just positive everything right now. So that's what I'm aiming for. I want peace. That's one thing I'm aiming for in my life right now. It's like You can make all the money in the world and realize that without peace or finding happiness within yourself, you don't have anything. You can chalk that up to a lot of the people who made millions who self deleted because obviously the money wasn't enough. You do realize when you get in a good financial position that a lot of people around you more or less become leeches, almost like enemies. Everybody are entitled to your finances. Then you don't know who to trust. Then you don't know who to deal with. Then you can't really have nobody around you because it's like almost everyone look at you as a target for some type of monetary gain. Like I don't really follow Steve Harvey no more based on a lot of the stuff he follow and believe in. But one thing he said in one of his stand-up comedies before is the only thing you can do for broke people is to not become one of them. I do believe that. If you keep giving all your money and resources away to them, they tails ain't gonna be calling when you run out. So that's one thing I do follow and believe that do not give all your money away to people who don't care about you, who don't care about your well-being. Especially a lot of the family out here, a lot of the so-called friends who just want to leech off you until you don't have it anymore. That's why I hate just being. It's terrible to be the stable person, the black sheep of the family, when you figure out how to be successful in some type of area where a lot of people haven't. And then people start coming to you for everything. That is a terrible, terrible position to be in. At first, you get it, you try to help people, but it gets to the point where it's just not worth the headache anymore because it's like you become an enabler. You never force people to really get on their feet anymore. Once you start becoming a hero, once you keep on saving people from their own problems and their own issues, you're enabling them to keep on exuding bad behavior. And that's the problem. You got to start saying no. You got to start forcing people to grow up and make change. You have to really start making people own up to their own mistakes and fix their own problems. That's why I hate being stable sometimes and being in a good position and being the nice guy. Always being the one in a stable position and always having to save people from their own personal problems. It becomes a headache because whenever I needed help or saving, no one was there for me. I had to figure it out on my own. That's the part what people miss. That's why people with money or resources who got there on their own feel the way they feel because before a lot of successful people get success, they go on the hill struggling to build that success. And all the people that's around them, the ones who begging for everything now, was not the ones even giving support when you were trying to build. Lack of support. The people who begging for everything are the same people who didn't support any of your dreams, didn't support any of what you were aiming for, didn't share a video, didn't watch a video because they didn't believe in your dream. They didn't believe in seeing things the way you saw it. And when you get successful, now they're knocking at your door, acting like they were the ones who were pushing for you, who are rooting for you. Now they need everything from you when you finally made it based on your beliefs, your drive, and you pushed yourself to make it. And now these same people who refuse to give you any support is now standing in front of you with their hands open, knocking on your door, always needing help, always need a bailout, always need to be saved, and won't save themselves to save their life. And that is an absolute nuisance. Coming from my point of view, I'm tired of being a hero. I'm tired of being everybody's savior. There's no one here to save me. I always have to figure it out on my own. Where you think the name came from? Me, myself, I. Me, myself, and I. I live that way. At this point now, in my opinion, I've been living for me, myself, and I for at least 15 years. Figuring it out on my own. Pushing my own stuff on my own. I started doing music videos way back in 2009. Did most anybody around me share my content, jazz me up, push me on to keep moving forward? Yeah, man, this YouTube stuff, keep trying. It gets to the point where I stop because there's no support, you're not growing, the people around you not supporting you and whatnot. And you sit there and think about it now, it's like if I would have kept going way back in 2009, if I was able to motivate myself then how I am now, I could have grown to be so much bigger. But when you sit there and look at it now, it's like it takes time and maturity to realize that you will never get the support from the people who you expect it from. The same people who always want to be saved when you make it. And that's the sad reality of life. This is me, Masafai. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and y'all have a great day. Peace.